Hey, folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Glad to be with you right here, ATS.io. Always invite you to check out our buddy Adam Burke. His podcast each and every day is terrific, and I join Adam on Tuesdays. We got a pretty interesting game, out-of-conference game, but two teams coming in feeling pretty good about themselves at the moment. That's going to be New England, 6-6, at the Rams, who are 8-4, and all of a sudden find themselves tied atop the NFC West again after the Giants pulled off the upset of Seattle. The advanced number for the game was the Rams minus 6.5. Well, the Patriots laid a beatdown on the Chargers, 45-0. So this number was hung 6 with the Rams favored. The total in the game is 44.5. Give the great Patriots full marks with what they did, but that was just unfair. It was Belichick. He took everything away from the kid, Herbert, and the Chargers were a complete no-show. When you think of the fact New England put 45 points on the board, you think, oh, the offense went nuts. Not the case whatsoever. Cam Newton, to his credit, had 2 rushing touchdowns, 4 games this year with multi-rushing touchdown games. That's an NFL record, and that's what they do. But in terms of passing, he was 12-19 for 69 yards and a touchdown. They were efficient, but they had a punt return for a touchdown, a blocked field goal for a touchdown on the last play and a half, and the Chargers were demoralized. Again, give the Patriots credit. They're 6-6. They're breathing. Final 4 games of the year need some help, but they're breathing. But this team's limited. Let's just face it. Now, as for the Rams, Goff had 351 yards passing and 1 touchdown, 38-28 win over Arizona, who is in complete free fall at the moment. But give the Rams credit. And listen, this defense, I think, is the best in the NFC West. You've got Donald on the line and Ramsey on the corner. And all of a sudden, the running game started to surface a little bit for the Rams. With Akers had a good game. Henderson had a 38-yard touchdown. And you know you've got weapons like Woods and Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee. The arm's still bugging him, but he's out there. He caught a touchdown last week. This is a good Rams football team. Back-to-back games on the West Coast for the Patriots. Yeah, they're feeling good about themselves, but I think you take into account Arizona's kind of falling apart at the seams. And I think the Rams are starting to hit their stride. I just think the Patriots, the key to this game, the Patriots have to get the lead. If they get the lead and they can control it with running and the tempo, maybe they got a good shot. Bottom line is, though, if the Rams get a lead and you make Newton and the Patriots one-dimensional, they got a problem coming from behind. So that's the way you can play this game, certainly at halftime. See where you stand at halftime, kind of know what to do. Patriots ahead, maybe you can ride them. If they're behind, you fade them. But personally, I think the way the Rams are going right now, I do think the AFC is better than the NFC. But I think this defense for the Rams and their offense is starting to click, kind of like the Rams in this spot. But, you know, Bill Belichick game. The problem here is, well, who's Belichick going to take away from Goff? He's got weapons all over the field. And I think this is a pretty tall hill to climb for a Patriots team he's making do with what he's got, but certainly it's not the Patriots we're accustomed to. Interesting out-of-conference game. Both teams, a lot on the line. Final month of the regular season in the NFL.